Natalya's alleged boyfriend, Neil, from the UK, reached out to our producers and told us that Natalya's in danger and she needs to get out of the Mans' control. He even went so far as to call the police, but according to Neil, the police didn't do anything. So we don't really know what to believe at this point.
According to Neil, when Cynthia and Antwon discovered that Natalya had been communicating with Neil and saw some of what she sent to him, they took her phone, they took her computer away from her, and she was cut off. Why are they doing this to somebody who's not a child? She is not a minor, she is an adult.
I think that the best thing we could do is talk about this on camera so that nobody try to drum up some crazy narrative.
After that alarming phone call, we raced down to Tennessee to interview Natalia, Antwon, and Cynthia. But as soon as we landed, we received a phone call saying, oh, everything's fine, never mind, false alarm, go back. So now the Manses have changed their tune overnight. And we need to figure out why.
What's going on? Well, we was talking and we was trying to figure, because you guys already touched down and everything. Is that right? You guys already here?
Yeah, we're in Tennessee.
Okay. Well, look, we came to an understanding.
Well, I kind of changed her mind. I did.
She
Stand home.
she came to her senses on this situation.
Okay, so we'll still see at the same place?
Yeah, we'll still be there.
Neil filled me in about all the horrible things that Natalya is dealing with in the household with the Manses, and it's not good. He said Natalya is being held hostage. They cut off all her internet. They took her phone. They took all her social media. Natalya doesn't have any access to the outside world. Natalya wants to leave, but she doesn't know how, and she needs my help because the Manses are keeping her like a prisoner.
Bishop's coming, right?
Yes. Oh, hey, babes.
Yes. This is for you guys to talk about what you want to talk about. So what happened?
So Natalya changed, literally. It seemed like it was these past 7 days especially. It felt like a nightmare.
I believe it was Monday. I went in her room, and when I opened her door, she hit her home screen to make her phone light close down. She's like up all night talking to this guy. And so we knew something was up, but we didn't know exactly what.
So I told her, I said, Natalya, what's going on online? What are you doing?
We finally figured it out, and she was able to open up and tell us, like, what you said to him. And she did. She told us.
You said some things to this guy and trashed your parents. I seen what my wife showed me. A lot of false accusations. He played the enemy role, that the parents were the enemy and she needed to get away from the parents. The faith is not right. They're brainwashing you with it. They don't really, love you. They just want to control you. It went from the faith to, okay, now they just want your money and finances and things like that. That's what she told us. And then she said, I want to leave the house. I want to be on my own. It felt like death, like literal death.
And this guy just completely flipped Natalya's mind against her family. And she was easily manipulated in that moment. And he convinced Natalya that what he was saying was right and we were wrong. And she was planning on actually going to the UK to be with this guy.
Could we see those Facebook messages?
From the guy?
Yeah.
They're deleted. She doesn't even have Facebook no more. She deleted it. Yeah.
Oh.
The first thing that popped in my head was he was either gonna ask for a ransom, because it's not a secret that, we got a little bit of money or whatever, or he's gonna get her over there and traffic her,
I'll be honest, I wasn't me. My mom told me, she was like, this is not you. This is not my baby. I never once thought about wanting to move out or anything like that until I started talking to him.
When I looked at my daughter, I did not see any life in her. I mean, she was spiritually dead. It was like talking to a wall or a dead corpse. She was a completely different person.
We were at church yesterday. She kept running out of the sanctuary to go throw up. I believe spirits jump, and I think that this guy was used by Satan to try and pull her away for his gain. She felt like she couldn't even feel God anymore, and she's never been like that.
Wow. I think it's definitely important to put parameters in place with the internet so these things won't happen again. Look, we gotta cut the internet off. We can't allow this to happen. It's just gotta be cut. What we want is to make sure that you're safe in all situations, that when the right man comes in, he'll take the place of your dad. The way it works when you're courting, you meet somebody in the church and they're equally in a relationship with the Lord the way you are, we call that equally yoked.
We don't quote unquote date, we court. It's almost like if you think about it like a field trip.
Yeah.
Like when you go on a field trip and you got a chaperone. Because as we all know, even a hold of a hand or a kiss can lead to other things.
I will admit my mistakes. I thought I was in love, but it wasn't right. Being honest, I wasn't thinking clearly. And there is something I want every girl my age and younger to know. I know that, especially at this age, you want to meet somebody, you want to be with somebody, but don't try and do stuff on your own, because it's not safe. I literally almost left home because I thought I was in love. I almost left my family.
After we talked and she confessed everything, she repented. You just got caught up in the moment, but you came back to your senses, and hey, I'm glad that you did.
When we look at Antwon and Cynthia now, it seems like a 180 from what we previously saw, how they were so loving and doting and happy. Antwon says Natalya betrayed them, and so the punishments begin. No phone, no computer, no access to the outside world, complete isolation, and then casting out the demons to the point where Natalya vomits. Natalya has been silenced. Why? What are Cynthia and Antwon hiding? In the private messages that we have now seen between Natalya and Neil, she's talking about how she's not happy there, but when Natalya is with Cynthia and Antwon and the camera's rolling, she says she loves them and they're one big happy family. So what are we supposed to believe? Does Natalya want to stay with the Manses or does she want to leave?
The DePauls, I love them. They're a very sweet family that has helped me get the chance to be able to explore. Because I felt like I was stuck. Like I didn't really know myself. I felt like I couldn't do what I wanted to do at home because of, you know, the guidelines and how my parents, you know, do things at home. It was one of the biggest and hardest decisions I ever made in my life because I never thought I would leave home. I deeply regret how I did it. I wish I told my parents because I didn't want to hurt my mom. I didn't want to hurt my dad. I just want to live a normal life.
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.
The DePauls treat me as part of the family. One of the many like little things that shows that, you know, they missed me and they actually did care was I do remember having a Christmas stocking, but I did not know that they kept like hanging it up. I didn't know that at all.
What is this? Oh no, it's stuck.
The DePauls actually got me a couple of things. It was last minute, and I'm like, y'all did not have to do that.
Aw, you're sweet.
Natalya was so happy. One of the gifts I decided to give her and Mackenzie was money. But then she told me she had Cash App, so I said, I'll give you some money towards Cash App. Natalya said it's her account. So I sent $100 to this account, but then I realized the account she gave me was for Cynthia Mans. Cynthia and Antwon, they steal from Natalya, and now I feel like they're stealing from me. This is ridiculous. So they have Natalya's money going into their bank account. They won't get her an ID to get her own bank account. All of it does not add up. I feel like it's a slap in the face. I don't understand why Natalya would give away her money to people she just literally had to flee from without baggage or anything. So now are we expected to pay for everything? Am I an ATM? Like, I don't get it. Natalya is like, can you order me Taco Bell? And I'll pay you back. And then on the other hand, she's literally saying, it's fine. You know, my parents, you can keep all that money. Like, you know, I'm poor and destitute, but it's okay. Yeah, I don't have that money to throw around, and neither does she. So why is she letting these people just keep it?
So let's recap. The DePauls have taken Natalya in, but she doesn't have any savings. She had money from Dr. Phil, from GoFundMe, and other media interviews, but she gave that money to the Manses. So, okay, she's got her SSI benefits, right? About $800 a month. No, she doesn't. She tells Cynthia that she can still be payee of her SSI benefits, which, by the way, is potentially illegal. And then within a few days, it's Christmas, and the DePauls give her a cash gift, which Natalya gives to Cynthia. So you can imagine that Nicole and Vince are asking themselves, like, who's the real Natalya? How does she really feel about the Manses? Are they still controlling her?
Being honest, like, we went through a rough moment, you know, as a family. And to be honest, that brought us together more. Like, our relationship is great. I love my parents, I love my family, I love God, and that's why I look up to my dad a lot. My dad has definitely been used in the gift of prophecy by God.
You got a lot of people right now forsaking the Lord.
My dad prophesied the Ukraine war. My dad has been used to actually pull a demon out of somebody. God used him to cast out that demon. And that's just one of the many miracles that my dad has done. And my parents are my rock. With the help of God, they brought me through a lot.
You seem so at peace, saying wonderful things about your family, but it's not that long ago that they thought of you as the enemy. Why did your parents say things like, you're the enemy?
If I comment on this, it's gonna start some drama.
I feel like she's the enemy in the house. We're done. Yeah. We're done with her.
Like, me and my parents are fine. Like, just because I'm not living with my family doesn't mean they're not my family.
For Nicole, this must be a huge shock, especially coming off of Natalya's claims to Neil that Cynthia and Antwon are financially exploiting her. What is going on with Natalya? And now she's sitting here saying the Manses are wonderful people. and could do no wrong. It makes no sense.
Our relationship is great still. Like, we still have an amazing relationship, like I never even left home.
That's a total lie. Natalya spent all this time bashing the Manses and begged me to come rescue her. So when she got here, I thought she'd just come clean about the Manses, but instead, she's insisting that they're perfect and everything's fine. Like, what the? Hey, just wanted to check in, see how you're doing.
Yeah, I'm doing all right.
Yeah?
I mean, it's rough. I miss my parents.
If you ever did go live with them, do you think that they would be, like, different?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
after this experience?
Yeah.
I'm just curious. Like, how
they would still be there looking out for me always.
No, I mean about, like, if you do go back, then they understand that, like, if you ever want to leave or whatever, that you can go to them and ask them. Because, like, before you didn't feel comfortable doing that, right?
Yeah,
So
and
that's
they
what I'm saying.
understand. They understand all that, and
Okay,
yeah,
good.
they know.
So now they understand?
Yeah.
Okay, good. And you can date whoever you want? I mean, I'm just wondering, because, like, because that's, I was wondering, they'll be okay with you dating someone that's not okay, like, not the same religion?
Yeah.
That's
No,
all.
I didn't want to bring that up.
Okay, but the thing is, Natalya, I came from another state to help you because you...
No, I understand.
Like, no, can I finish? And I got you out of from a church because you weren't comfortable talking to your parents. And now all of a sudden there's like this 180. I just want you to be honest with me.
Yeah, and everybody...
But what you're saying is like the complete opposite. My parents are fine, my parents are fine.
Yeah, they are.
But, okay, but now you're saying it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. But then before, it wasn't fine. You had to leave from a church. I believe that Natalya is 100% brainwashed. And yet, she trashes them all the time. So I don't understand. It doesn't add up. In my shoes, I'm like really confused. What is going on? What are you hiding? Why are you protecting them? I was just wondering.
Can we cut?
DCS was at our house I don't know how many times, you know, with all these sick, twisted lies that Natalya was hitting on our kids, beating on our kids, and we was allowing it, that we were all doing drugs, saying that my husband is sleeping with his daughter. Like, it's so frustrating that people will just say anything to appease their agenda. It's ridiculous.
My name is Anna. Me and the Mans has been friends for the last 13, almost 14 years. We had a double wedding, me and my ex-husband, Matt Newland, and the Manses. I lived with the Manses in 2014. I stayed there during my pregnancy, and I split with my ex-husband in 2015. We had problems. So I signed my rights over for my kids. Cynthia and Antwon are my kids' adopted parents. I would not have it any other way, but I don't like talking about it, so. Cynthia Mans is my best friend, and that will never change regardless of anything. What the Mans family had to go through throughout these last few years of people that falsely accuse them is very heartbreaking. Cynthia and Antwon Mans gave Natalya the best living situation they could. And the Mans family was the best thing that's ever happened to her. Their parenting was on point. There was never anything that I was worried about. Spankings. It wasn't nothing more than that. A tap on the butt, a tap on the hand, whatever. But nothing more. You got some parents that believe in spankings, you got some parents that don't believe in spankings. It is what it is. It's not bad. There's a difference between beating a child and spanking a child. Their strictness, their discipline was nowhere near on the verge of abuse.
Are you speaking the way you are about everything is positive because your kids are in possession?
I made the best decision for my kids that I could. I don't want to talk about it anymore.
There's a lot of stuff went on between Natalya and the men. Natalya used to get beat on all the time. They were violent for her. Cynthia sometimes, but Antwon more so. They hit her with the belt. That would knock the girl down the dang stairs.
There's some things that can land her and Antwon in jail for a long time.
Anna Newland's phone call is really disturbing. She is contradicting what she told us a year and a half ago. Why? What changed?
I'm gonna be real with y'all. Anna wants to kiss. Antwon and Cynthia are good people. Quit lying. Why Anastasia's so scared is because her kids are there. She's scared. And I seen it in my daughter. She was scared. My name's Matthew Newland. I lived with the Mans and Natalya for a long time. I have a biological child, Jakaya, and her foster parents are Cynthia and Antwon. It's not my fault that my kid, my daughter, is sitting in Cynthia's right now. It's Anna's fault to stuck them there. So anything that happens to my daughter, yeah, I'm gonna be pissed about, but I can't do nothing about. How I know about my daughter being scared, I would go to talk to her on my phone. I'd see a reflection in the corner of my eye, and I'd see Cynthia standing there over her, and she'd clam up. Like, oh. As thoughts started going through my head, are they gonna do the same thing that they did to Natalya? Are they gonna do it to my child?
Anna Newland backtracked, and now she's covering up the abuse she claims that she witnessed. And to me, that sounds like Cynthia and Antwon know how to silence people who know their secrets.
Natalya used to get beat on all the time.
There's a lot of craziness that went on in that house. Natalya is a real good friend of mine. I'm like a big, big brother to Natalya. And that's why I'm very highly protective over Natalya. I could just see and feel all the hurt and hatred she's been through. One day, I was outside and I heard a child screaming. I know this church is the back of my hand. So when I overheard some screaming, I knew it was in the basement. When I walked into church, I'd slide my tennis shoes off. And I snuck downstairs quietly. And that's when I saw Antwon beating Natalya. He brutally battered her with a belt. It was just out of aggression. Natalya was shaking. Tears were rolling down her face. Sorry. Give me a moment. It's rough. She's told me that she doesn't like the Mans and she wanted out of there. I kept telling her every day when I was there, you need to get the hell up out of there. Now, don't wait. You need to go before you get killed. The real reason she waited so long. Natalya is very, very scared of Antwon and Cynthia Mans.
Were you or any of the kids
ever beaten or physically abused by Cynthia or Antwon?
I don't want to talk about that.
You want to talk about that?
No.
It's so frustrating. People trying to make my mothering seem like I'm a bad mom. Is this a front? Like, me, my mothering isn't a front. I'm gonna yell at my kids if they need yelled at. I'm gonna pop that butt if they need that butt popped. I'm not a Susie homemaker, and I'm not gonna pretend I am. But what I am is Cynthia Mans. I'm a true mother. I'm never gonna walk away from my kids, no matter what.